What's up, everyone? It is your girl GELBEAUTY 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into another palette that inspired me. So the palette that inspired me today, I did a little throwback because I know this person has collabed with this brand at least 5 or 6 times, and she comes up with these giant palettes. So I feel like you should already know who I'm talking about. This is the Be Perfect X Stacey Marie makeup artist Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette. I think I only have this one in number 4. I don't have any of the other ones. Number 3 is the one that got to me because, of course, the color story of it was just insane. It was definitely my thing. As you can see, I got a nice huge purple and pink row here. I don't like the fact that the blue and green row is so small and it's got a lot of these like warm tones in the middle, so I wasn't necessarily crazy about a good majority of it being warm tones, but it had enough pinks and purples and other stuff to make it aesthetically pleasing enough for me to purchase it. Now I did get mine on sale. I didn't buy it at a regular price just because I was like, it's a huge rainbow palette. I already have rainbow palettes in my collection. Y'all know I love my Color Rain Vivid Pigments and Shadows palette to death. I like the Blend Bunny Blends palette. And then I have the Ace Beauty Slice of Paradise palette. So I have a few rainbow palettes already in my collection. I wasn't like hurting for it. But I will say I really like this one. I'm glad I added it to my collection just so I got to try the Be Perfect formula. Aside from the fact that I just thought this was a beautiful color story. So today we're going to try it out. Today I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with it. I'm thinking about just sticking extra to the middle part that I don't like the most and doing a warm tone look. Just because I feel like I really give y'all warm tone looks and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see what I do with a warm tone look. Or I might just do the warm tone look with a pop of blue moment since I got these few pops of blue over here. So that way I can incorporate a color I truly love with it. So I'm thinking maybe we'll do an orange and blue moment with a little bit of like red to it and use some of these neutrals. We'll see what happens with that. But I'm zooming in real quick and cute like. I'm gonna go off camera, get my life in order, and I will be right back. But if you're curious what's on my eyes right this second, this is the Cosmic Brushes Muse palette. I got mine in the mail like earlier this week, so I was like, this Friday night I was gonna sit down and film with it. So I did. This is what I came up with the palette. I think it's nice and cute and you know whatnot. And this video will have gone up long before you see this video now, but I usually try to tell y'all what's on my eyes just in case you're curious. So that's one that I'm gonna go off camera, get my life in order, and I'll be right back. Okay, girl? Okay. Decided to give y'all a fiery moment with the Carnival 3 palette. I felt like playing with this one. I haven't played with this colorful palette in a while, so I was like, let's bust her on out and give it a good old try. So I stayed in like actually the middle row. The only shade I took that wasn't in the middle row was this one right here, but I mixed these like 3 shades together in the crease. I used this shade down here, my transition shade. I mixed these 2 reds for the outer V, and then I just put the bronze shade and put it on the lid because I figured that was something that would be expected for me because y'all know I live for color. So let's get into the shade I started off with, which is Ginger, that bottom one I showed you at the bottom. But yes, honey, like I have not played this palette in a while. But it's like she's so big to use that I just don't want to reach for it because it's like I don't want it taking up all the space on the counter or wherever it is I am doing my eyeshadow because it's so huge. Like this is what I wish like this was like the Carnival All Stars palette, that she just condensed this palette down. I was actually thinking about getting rid of this because I have the Carnival All Star palette. Those I have every palette in it. But I was like, I love the colors and all the other palettes more, so I can't see myself necessarily getting rid of this one. I was going to try to push through and do one more eye look tonight, but I'm like, I just don't feel like being bothered. I did, I believe, 4 eye looks, so I was like, we're not going to attempt the 5th one. Like, it's just going to be 4 tonight. I just can't. I just can't. So now I'm going to start off with the shade Chili Pepper. That's the dark red. And then I went to the shade Blaze, which is the light red on top of it. Just like add some like lightness to the look because I felt like it was giving a little bit deeper on the outer V than I wanted, so I was like, let's brighten her up just a tad bit with that shade. But I lay this down as the main shade and then go over it on top. Because it's like, you can always lighten it up with a lighter shade if you don't like the depth that's in it. Well, I mean, you can do the opposite too, but I just prefer to start off with the deeper one and then lighten it up if I feel like it. So that's the way I do it. So now I'm going to take the shade Blaze and put a little bit of Blaze on top of here, just to give a little bit more brightness to the look. It didn't necessarily need it, I just felt like it because I haven't played this palette in a long time, so I went to play with a whole bunch of shades. And these are just some of the shades I played with the least, I feel like, just because y'all know I'm not a warm tone girl, I'm a cool tone girl, so these shades don't really call to me that often. But I was like, since I wanted to give y'all something different as to what normally calls to me, I was like, let me go ahead and, you know, just grab some of the, I'm gonna say, so I'm gonna start off with the shade Clay. That's that dark mustard looking yellow shade. I initially started off with that in my crease, and then I added some of the shade Yellow, which is an orange shade on the top, and then a little bit of Mango to it, just because like I wanted a unique, weird like crease color that I felt like would be like really pigmented and exciting, and this yellow definitely is pigmented. But me being me, I just had to be extra. Like I said, since I haven't played with this palette in a long time, I was like, ooh, I want to use this color. Ooh, I want to use this color. Ooh, I want to use this color. So then I ended up with like 2 or 3 colors that I didn't necessarily need in the crease. But I feel like it still made the look a little something extra to it. So now I'm taking the shade Mango. Now I put the shade Yellow on top of that. And we've got like all 3 of these unique shades. So make whatever this weird color is on top of the shade Ginger. And mix in with the shades Blaze and Chili Pepper. Just like I said, I'm here for it. It's a whole vibe. It turned out way better than I expected it to. I don't know. I know I look fine in warm tones. It's just like they're not my like go-to preferred colors. So that's why I was like, you know, I didn't know how I was gonna necessarily feel about the look, but you know, it looks nice. Especially with a bronze on the lid. Like, who am I with a bronze on the lid? Y'all know I don't. What is that? Like, I've never met her. She doesn't even go here. Like, bronze just is not my thing at all. So it's so weird sitting here with a bronze on the lid. But since I got all this other extra color around, it's like I don't really notice too much. But if I did like a truly neutral look with like a lot of the neutral browns and stuff, and then put the bronze on the lid, I feel like I wouldn't like be as okay with it as I am now. As weird as that sounds. And I know that's a lot of people's cup of tea, which I'm not trying to knock anybody for liking those colors. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm just kind of like, I don't necessarily want to use the shade that I used on the lid is called Rum, the dark bronzy shade. So we're gonna go with that. Yeah. As you can see, it's a nice looking shade. Looks fine. I like the extra pops of glitter it has, because I see like reflexive gold glitter, even though it's supposed to be like a bronze. So it's giving like extra definition and oomph to the eye. It's just not a go-to shade for me naturally, so. But as you can see, it doesn't look bad at all. Like, it looks fine. I just would have preferred to have like a brighter, fun shade. But I said I was gonna stick to the warm tones, and that was what I had to choose from with the warm tones. So I was like, we just gonna have to go for this, girl. I don't know. So I just dipped back into Blaze and Chili Pepper and combine them together just to put on the outer view real quick to blend all this stuff together. I actually don't feel like I need to go into and add to the crease shade for once. I'm going to take the brush I use and just dust around it, but I'm not going to add like any product on it like I normally would. Give it extra, because I feel like since I added 3 before we started, it's giving enough extra oomph where I don't have to do that. Usually y'all know I'm always going to take the shade that we started off with for transition and just dust around everything, because that's what I like to do. So that's what we're going to do. Now I'm going to the green shade called Tahiti Green. I guess she felt like she had to name something Tahiti since the palette was called Tahiti Love and nothing was named Tahiti in it. I think that is there a shade named Love in here too? I don't remember. I don't think so. But since I did the bronze on the lid, y'all know I had to do a little something extra too, so that's why I get this extra green wing. I'm kind of just living for, you know, like these neon colored wings at the moment, so it's like just enjoy the, you know, graphic eyeliner moment that we're having over the summer. Because I'm thinking it's going to last all summer. I don't know. But I'm here for it. It's a whole vibe. So this is the finished look. As far as me having this whole situation going on with the Carnival 3 Tahiti Love palette. So this is what I created. It's nice and fiery for summertime for people like that. I would have put some on the lower lash line, but I was supposed to do another look. I'm still trying to debate if I want to do it or not. So that's why I didn't go ahead and put them down there just in case. But I hope this inspired you to pull out this palette, girl, and use it again. Because she definitely has some bangers in here. Like some nice little colors going on in here. And if you love colors as much as I do, I definitely think you should try to pull it out and use it once more to remind you about how awesome this palette is. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.